We detonated one engine, and THE Cheshanzeta, Talif plus or minus pound al Edia Cheshire stroke, Euro mouth a quarter, R letter 237 pound at signs, Cyrillic letter 4E3, a circumflex, our dot above a acute glottal stop stroke, a circumflex, Cyrillic letter 5D3, not sign, or yaw, o grove thorn, o not sign, Euro mouth, o grove braille 14678, plane raced crazily to the run with side hanger. The hangar erupted like a volcano, flames blazing, yet Cage remained unscathed. Cage swiftly drew two guns, leaped sideways from the cabin like a spy, and confronted the police. But in the end, the two were overpowered, and little bro Troy got kicked down by a female cop, completely subdued. But Cage wasn't ready to give up. He locked onto John's location, pulled out a shotgun, ready for a counterattack. But then unexpectedly, the wild bullets activated a nearby plane engine. Cage, panicking, got caught by John, but he was calm inside because he knew John had only one bullet left. Cage told John his explosion plan. LA would become a furnace with one button. Subtitles. But when he pulled the trigger, he discovered that his gun had already been empty. Cage had no choice but to pretend to surrender. His right hand stealthily grabbed the back dagger, but no counterattack followed. John was ready, kicking Cage straight into the blast of the plane's engine. A powerful blast sent Cage flying like a paper plane for dozens of meters, crashing onto the wire and stopping dead in his tracks. Asterisk, the next part's amazing. I must share with my GF singles in 2024. Find a partner fast. Asterisk. Jump on Tanton, match up, and get set for love. Asterisk. John quickly told his wife about Cage's arrest. He had finally completed his mission. They waited 6 long years for this moment, and John could finally open his son's file and hit that close case button. But that happy feeling didn't last 10 minutes before Black Sister hit John with a bombshell. They found a piece of paper in Troy's briefcase written all over with the word bomb. They had really installed a powerful bomb at some location in LA. The explosion would mean a hell on earth. Troy stayed calm, saying he'd reveal the bomb's location only if he saw Cage. Black Sister suggested sending an undercover to get close to Troy in prison. This might help John's mission go smoother. But John knew this wouldn't work on someone like Troy, so he was well aware this tactic was useless. He would only speak to Cage, who was already dead, but Black Sister took John to a mysterious medical facility. It turns out that Cage wasn't actually dead. He had just fallen into a brief coma from a heavy blow. This is a place specialized in physiological modifications. As long as John agreed, they could turn him into Cage in 24 hours, allowing him to infiltrate the prison and get the bomb's location. Although he was 100% reluctant, his duty as a cop made him ultimately agree. To ensure the plan went smoothly, only John, Black Sister, and his assistant would know. After saying goodbye to his wife and daughter, John and Cage were pushed into the operating room, and the doctor started to cut his hair. And the doctor started peeling off John's face and preserving it in a special liquid before putting Cage's face. After waiting for 24 hours, the doctor slowly removed the bandages, and John had completely turned into Cage. John couldn't come to terms with this fact at first and smashed the mirror in anger. But after a brief moment of rage, John quickly calmed down because he knew the mission was what mattered. After the doctor implanted a voice-modulating chip on John's vocal cords, he was sent to prison. At Troy's Supermax prison, all inmates had to wear special iron shoes and were restricted in movement. Cage's face made John the focus, instantly spotting Troy in the corner. But being the focus didn't mean safety. A rival of Cage suddenly attacked him. Still adjusting to the iron shoes, John quickly found himself at a disadvantage during the brawl. John noticed Troy was watching his every move, so he quickly put on Cage's signature fake smile. He put on a perfect performance for the provoking muscle man, gaining Troy's trust. In one day, he found the bomb's location. All thought the mission succeeded, but surprise struck. When the prison door swung open, waiting outside was another him. Turns out just a day before, the pain from the face swap woke Cage up again. Seeing his face skin cut off, Cage ordered his men to bring the doctor back and reattach the face. John could scarcely believe what he was seeing, but his nightmare was clearly far from over. Cage took out the day's newspaper, showing head eliminated all face swap no's. From this point on, Cage would take over, becoming the hotshot detective. Sean, trapped in a dark prison for life, secretly resolved in despair. To turn the tide, he must escape from prison, and the key is how to get rid of those iron shoes. Once he understood this critical point, John listened closely and quickly began to implement the plan. He quickly dashed towards the execution chamber, seizing the moment to strike down the surrounding guards.